Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Tarun's Thoughts. My name's Tarun Shetty. This is my bedroom. Hope everyone's having a great week. They just extended the pandemic lockdown till July 11th, so I guess a lot more time to talk on my phone and eat peanut butter out of a can with a spoon for me. I don't know, I'm enjoying being by myself. I mean, I know I've said that like 1,000 times, but my friends who are all married in relationships, like they're on the brink of divorce right now. It's almost insane, but I do get lonely, and I think that's just catch-22 of it. And dating in LA, I've been here for 15 years. Dating in LA sucks. Whoever I talk to, wherever they live, you know, they're in Florida, New York, wherever, they always say the same thing. Dating in their city sucks too. Like, I was talking to a girl in New York and she goes, Tarun, there's so many more girls than there are guys in New York, which sounds great for dudes, but man, I know guys who are struggling out there too. LA, I feel like, I don't know what the numbers are exactly, but I do know that every prom king and queen is out here. Not that looks are everything, but like if you're like a good looking person in Alabama, you come out here, you're a 6 right off the bat. And if you want to talk about personality, there's this materialistic idealism out here where everyone's got to have money and, you know, and clothes, whatever, and you know, where you live and what kind of car you drive. So that just makes it a lot worse. And if you go on these dating apps, like when I was coming up in the golden age, in my 20s, I would just talk to a girl at a coffee shop or a dance club, and that's how you develop your game. Like, that's how you develop a personality, and you figure out what your strengths are, how to be funny, how not to be desperate. Like, so that's a huge thing. Do not be desperate. How to let rejection roll off your back, go to the next person. Now it's like dating app city. Like, people are getting married off these things. And there was a moment I was on all the dating apps and I kind of deleted them off my phone. Except for this story I'm gonna get to in a second. They're all different. Like Tinder, I feel like everyone's like an escort. Like you have like girls like half naked, like twerking and shit. And I'm sure guys, I'm not on the gay dating apps, I hope. But I'm sure guys are like shirtless and stuff and just trying to get those matches. And look, one quick swipe, you might be swiping over your future baby mama, your wife, your love of your life in that moment. My favorite one was Hinge, because Hinge, they ask you questions about your personality and you can be somewhat witty and charming. So you can I could kind of gauge their personality in advance, because there's nothing worse than going on a date and it's just this vapid person sitting in front of you who has like no personality, and you're like, oh my God, I gotta get the hell out of here. And you're throwing money out the window. I mean, I like to pay because I'm a guy, but it's a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a nightmare. I feel like LA dating, people are settling all the time. Like, I came here as a model, you know, and all my friends were models, and the girls especially, not to be a dick, but like the girls they would just cling to like these rich finance dudes, and they're off the market right off the bat. And when you hit 30, because there's this thing in our culture, if you're not married by 30, you're a failure, right? I mean, it's a commonplace thing. I mean, go to a wedding, you see people throwing bouquets, and girls are fighting like sharks over the last body in the ocean. Like, they're like, oh my God, give me that bouquet, I have to get married next. That creates baggage. There's so many people with baggage, including myself. Like, I have baggage too from just relationships. But I dated this girl once, and all she talked about every date was about her boyfriend she lived with and how it was such a big onerous thing on her. And it was like, my God, you gotta go to see a therapist or something, because this is just not fun to listen to on a date. Anyways, what's the story? So the story was, so I kind of cracked. I went on like Hinge. I was like, let me just talk to somebody, maybe some interaction. And I guess I was modeling in San Diego a couple months ago, and I had the app on. So I matched with this girl like in San Diego, which I didn't realize. And I'm talking to her, and she was like, oh, I'm in San Diego, by the way. And I was like, oh, well, I'm in LA, so it is what it is. She's like, well, let's have a Hinge date. I'm like, Hinge date? What the hell is that? What is it? What does that even mean? She goes, well, let's get some alcohol and we can hang out. Is that what dating has come to in 2020? You talk to people on Zoom cameras, and like, I couldn't even, like, my mind exploded. I'm not trying to like proselytize here, but I feel like self-actualization is the way to go. It's such a waste of time and energy to put so much of this into girls. And I did that. Like, when I was in my 20s, like, I was a broke comedian, and then I had a job in my 30s, and I was like, let me just have fun and see what it's like to date and to go on, you know, spend money on girls and enjoy myself. And I did that. I had like 3 or 4 girlfriends, and I spent too much money. Like, all my paychecks were just going out the window. And I realized, man, this is a waste of my energy. Like, put the energy back to where I can focus on my stuff again. And that's what I've been doing. I mean, I could be wrong, but I tell myself that's the way to go. Like, that's how I'm gonna meet Mrs. Right. If that even exists. I mean, I don't even know if that exists anymore. I mean, maybe that's the way of the past. Like, everyone's got this, again, dream that we're clinging to. Oh my God, I've got to get married and here's my dream guy. Because, God, I mean, it's Michael Jordan documentary right now. Michael Jordan, dude, not saying Michael Jordan's like the atypical man here, but this guy, all these basketball players had so many wives. There's so many Hollywood people, personalities who have these broken divorces and, you know, X amount of kids from different guys and girls because it's so tough keeping that shit locked in. I mean, the long distance thing, especially like as a comedian or a person who acts in movies and stuff, like you're always traveling, you have to find someone who's really understanding. So the LA dating scene, I think it's kind of it's a shit show. I mean, I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. My friends always tell me in New York, like, Tarun, come back to New York, we can match you up with someone right off the bat. I just don't feel like it anymore. I feel like at a certain age, and disagree with me here, at a certain point you just stop caring. Like, I don't even care anymore. I don't even give a shit anymore about trying to, like, I'll see a girl or something, or even if someone's interested in me, like, I'll just be like, well, thanks, but no thanks. I'm just gonna keep doing my own stuff. And I've found that when other people too, as they get older, they just stop caring. Maybe it's like my libido or whatever. Maybe the ship's sailing, which could be good. Also, I think being Indian does not help. There's this pressure for Indians, South Asians, that they've got to get married by a certain age. And I've only had two occasions where I've been approached for like arranged marriages. And both times it was like weird because I think they just saw me perform comedy and they were like, oh, this guy must be funny or something. Or I think maybe they were desperate for their daughter. Like, who the hell knows? But I am not arranged marriage material. And I'm definitely out of that category to be considered. So I think that's a blessing. Plus, if I was married or dating someone in LA right now, I could be making these amazing vlogs to a cell phone by myself in my bedroom. So there's a lot of pluses to it. I feel like LA is not the best place. I do know people who have found their matches and they're, you know, happy, and I'm so grateful for my friends who are dating and they're in these, you know, blissful relationships. But I think it'll also be a shit show. I see people who are super distracted. I know this one comedian and it's all he does is just chase tail like nonstop. And my friends are always like, dude, you gotta relax and just step back a sec. There is no point. I mean, maybe you're in a relationship right now, maybe it's working for you, but I think the LA scene, you know, it's not the best. I feel like it's really difficult, and the social app thing is making it a lot harder. You see me, definitely swipe right. I mean, that's a definitely go-to. Good luck. Good luck to everybody on it, and thanks for checking out this video. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.